Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's Sage Sentient. It's January, and you know what that means? It's cold. And what do we got? Top 5 mystic characters. Let's check them out. Hey, what's up, Sage Tubers? It's YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, YouTube, it's Sage Sentient. Today we're doing our top 5 mystic characters for January. And number 1, we have Dr. Doom. And if you don't have Dr. Doom, it's okay. But then the number does change, and we do have Cersei at number 1. It's changed since January. We've seen a little bit different things since we have had Pocket Dimension. Pocket Dimension actually makes Cersei feel a little bit more important because without her in Pocket Dimension, you're not going to get to finish nodes 8, 9, and 10. And Cersei is slightly better using her without Icarus. And in some situations, that may be. And so that's why I have Cersei at that number 1 spot, rising slightly above Icarus. Even though she doesn't do all the damage, I know damage is sexy, and people love that more. But utility kind of seems to be something I like. And I think you should too. So Dr. Doom 1, if you don't have him, then it goes to Cersei. But in this edition here for January, we have Dr. Doom 1. We have Cersei number 2. She's a fantastic character. She can be used in a lot of places as well. Not just Mystic. She can be used in War. You have Dr. Doom used in Tech and in Mystic and in War and in so many other places. So then we have Icarus at 3, and the reason why is because without Cersei, Icarus is, not as strong. And they're kind of tied together like you have what their bonus abilities are in Arena and in Dark Dimension. So that's where we have Icarus at 3. 4, we have Deathpool. Deathpool alone is an event campaign character just like Cersei is. But Deathpool is just a crazy character. She does a lot. Her kit is really fun. And you get to use her in a lot of different game modes with new warriors, with, mystic lanes. You get to use her in a lot of different places. And she's a fun character just to kind of like roam around with other people in your game modes. So Deathpool here at that 4 spot, or 3 if you don't have Dr. Doom. Now, this one's a little hard, but a lot of people, it could be very debatable. I've always from the start liked Cloak the best and better. Cloak is a character that should and all these characters, by the way, should be thinking about going to Dark Dimension 5. And Cloak is just an amazing character. He can do a lot more, basically, without Dagger than Dagger doing without him. So that's why we have Cloak more at the 5 spot here. So that's the top 5 there. Cloak can be used in Mystic. He can be used with the new Warriors. In Raids, he can be used in War with the new Warriors. Match him up with Deathpool. You can match him with a lot of different characters like Surfer and Adam Warlock. And, if you wanted to, if you don't have any of these characters, you can kind of go down the list and use Thanos or Ma or whatnot. But that's the top 5 there, and it's going down from my list: Dr. Doom, Cersei, Icarus, Deathpool, Cloak, then Dagger at 6. But they're, it's kind of weird because the characters you don't really. Very important to know is you don't use one without the other. These two, Cersei and Icarus, Cloak and Dagger, they're both used at the same point there. So it's very, very, very hard to remember. Not that, hey, I want to just use one. You want to use both of them together. Then, as honorable mentions like we did last time in December, for January, our honorable mentions are Surfer and Adam Warlock, if you have a chance to get them. And obviously, they can be used. You can be utilized anywhere. The Surfer can be standalone. He's still fine. He's still fun to use. We just had the Blitz for him. Adam Warlock, again, if you got him unlocked, great character, fun to use. Should use him in Legendaries in Dark Dimension. Now, point about Adam Warlock is that he is very, very good as an extra character to use along with Silver Surfer in, these raid tunes. So if all your characters do die, you kind of are leaning on Surfer, Adam Warlock, maybe Thanos and Ebony Maw as, a top 4, next characters there. There really isn't much after that as strong. You know, you could look at Hela, but this next team right here, like, that might be it. If you don't have Icarus or Cersei big enough in Doom 2.0, you might be ahead of yourself. But Adam Warlock is carrying Legendary in Dark Dimension. You know, it's not to take anything away from these characters here, Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock, but these are the prime-time characters. And even if they aren't maxed out, Surfer and Adam Warlock just are, you know, they're not really performing at the peak level as these characters are. So it's just a note for you. One thing we want to add here, because we've had a new patch coming up in the next couple weeks, we do have an upcoming character that you should keep your eye on. And that is going to be, yeah, I know, America Chavez. America Chavez is getting a rework, getting updated, just like the rest of the Young Avengers. So you really should think about this as, you know, this team is apparently going to have some serious work against Heroes for Hire. So I think this might be something to think that you guys want to check up on in the future. So maybe America Chavez might make that top 5 for later in the months. All right. And as much as America Chavez is more upcoming than anything, but yes, Yondu is available also here. He's not a character, you know, a big enough character really for the top 5 in Mystic, especially in Doom 2. But just to make a point is that, yes, he can be built up right now with the Ravager rework and with T'Challa. They both work together. They synergize. So those are things just to keep up, just to make sure you guys know it on, that these two characters, Yondu and America Chavez, are to be looked at for the future, and maybe they might make it to, you know, Mystic Lanes, and maybe they might make it to, you know, prime time top 5 Mystic tunes. But right now, we got Dr. Doom, Cersei, Icarus, Deathpool, Cloak, and Dagger. Those are your best Mystic characters. Check it out. Come back and check now later when we do our next tune video for our next traits and or origins. Those are going to be bio. We're going to do bio next. So make sure to like and subscribe. Check out these videos on YouTube. You can find me on all socials. Take it easy. Let's go!